I would just like to talk to you about something else while you're here. The claim this morning that we've been hearing from the candidate for East Coast Bays, Rohan Lord. He told us this morning that there's no future for white middle-class men in Labour. Is that right?
No, of course not. What I have said pretty much since I've been the leader is that I want a list, and in fact I want a caucus after the election this year that is as reflective and representative of New Zealand as possible. And we had to increase our representation of women. We had to increase our representation of ethnic communities because we pretty much had none. And we've increased our representation of Māori. There are plenty of white middle-class men, or whatever categorisation that you want to make of it.
So what was the main reason that he was so far down the list, number 72, I think?
We had, Rohan is just one of the many talented people we had the option of trying to find a place for, and we did work very hard to try and find a place for him further up the list. But
was he disadvantaged by being a man or by being white on that list, because you are trying to achieve, for example, the gender balance in caucus?
We had about 80 people applying to get in on the list. That excludes, of course, the 6 Māori MPs who didn't wish to be on the list and were allowed not to be. So we've got nearly 100 people who we're accommodating to find a place for in our caucus after the September election. Not everybody fits. And we had some, look, right across the board, as I say, including Rohan Lord, really deeply talented people, but we don't have a place for everyone. And so
you didn't want him in Parliament, though, did you? Because, I mean, he's in a seat that he's unlikely to win, realistically, and at number 72 on the list, it would be virtually impossible for him to get in.
Not unusual for somebody who steps up for the first time who wants to both go on the list and stand in a seat that they stand in an arguably unwinnable seat, and puts themselves up for the list. But it's a first run. But Rohan's got plenty of time ahead of him. I would say to Rohan, he is respected and known and valued, and that just missing out on the first time is not the end of the road. Most of the people who have come in winnable places on our list at this time have had a go before, and they've done some hard yards and they've made their contribution, and so there's plenty of scope for Rohan in 2020. That's
not quite true for some people that I have to say spring to mind pretty much immediately. It is their first run and they're pretty high up the list. Having said that, are you saying that if he continues to pursue a political career, he would be further up the list another time?
Having had one go at it, and if he had continued his run at East Coast Bays, that's the stuff that says to the party, the committee, the list committee that puts it together to say, yep, this guy's serious, he's done this, he's done the hard yards, he's put in a bit of effort here, and that sort of ups his chips for next time. So, and that is the way it pretty much works for a lot of people. They show and demonstrate a commitment and a dedication, and yep, it doesn't all go your way the first time, but that sets you up your second time to have a go. You've got the talent, you've got the skills, and Rohan clearly does, and he would have set himself up well for 2020.
Appreciate your time this morning. That's the Labour leader Andrew Little in the Wellington studio. 13 minutes to 8.